Good morning, it's Dave at Out There Bushcraft. Another beautiful day in the woods. Won't surprise you to hear. Quite cold, it's about 0, maybe 1 degree this morning, but I'm sure it's going to warm up. Beautiful blue skies around us and sun's just rising there. I just wanted to show you a little technique that we use for casting ropes over branches. Just to make it really efficient and straightforward and just a one-time thing. You throw it and it goes first time. I know often when people are trying to get ropes to go over the top of branches, it can be a little bit of a faff on, as we say up here, and you can take several turns, several attempts before you finally get where you want to be. So I just thought I'd show you a really straightforward way to do that using what we call a handbag or a tree surgeon's coil. Okay, so you might use this for a lot of reasons. It might be that you're putting up a tarp somewhere, or that you're putting up a tent that requires pegging out. Maybe you haven't got poles for it and you need to suspend it from above. In this case, I'm going to be putting a parachute up from this bag. I'm going to be putting a parachute up over a line that's directly above us, and I'll show you that in a second. And it's suspended by this rope here, so I'm going to use that to get the parachute up, and you can see the technique that we use. Okay, so this is the rope that I'm going to use, and if you look above my head here, you can see the line that the rope needs to go over. It's just a metal cable. It's protected by a piece of old hose pipe. And that's the line that the rope will go over. Okay then, so the coil that I mentioned then, I'm going to take one end. Now the other end actually goes into here and is eventually connected to a carabiner at the top of the parachute. So I'll just let the rope dangle very slightly like that, and all I'm going to do is feed it through my hands and just make little loops fairly regular like this. So this is the tree surgeon's coil or handbag. Once I've made a few loops, and that really depends on how high the branch is that you're going to throw this over, and once I've made a few loops, I'm just going to curl around once or twice and then pass a loop through like that. Now I like to then pass another loop through like that, so I'll just show you that again. So I've got my initial loop through the coils, and all I'm now doing is passing again through like that and pulling, not too tight. Okay, that's effectively my handbag, which is going to transfer into my right hand like that, and then I'll probably put a couple more coils just to be certain, and then the rest I will run out and just have on the floor ready to go. So you can see I'm just laying the rest of the rope out on the floor so that it's available to me if I need it, so that it will pee out as I throw over the top of the cable. Okay, so the other thing you can use this for, of course, is if you are on a site and you're concerned about any wood that's dead and hanging up in the trees, then you can choose to use this to throw over those ropes and bring them down, or if there's a dead branch that needs to be brought down for firewood or just for safety, so you can use the same technique. Okay. Alright, so how it works then, I've got my coils, I've got my little handbag, a few coils in my hands. All I now have to do is make sure it's going to pee out nicely from the floor, make sure it's not going to snag on any branches or brambles or anything like that. And then it's a simple technique to just throw it a bit like perhaps a bowling ball, a cricket ball, sorry, not a bowling ball. If you can throw a bowling ball over that branch up there, you're doing much better than I am. I mean a cricket ball, of course, so it's going to be an overhand throw, and it simply looks like this. And there you go, it's gone over the line and down the other side, and that handbag that I made has paid out as it goes, so that it's reached the bottom. Rather than getting snagged up the top, stuck in branches, it's uncoiled as it's come and hit the floor. Now then, supposing it hasn't reached the floor, well, the next thing I do is get a nice loop, a bit like this, And again, thinking back to that cricket analogy, once I've got a loop that virtually touches the floor, all I need to do, like that, there's my loop, I'm just going to bowl over arm like that, because we tend to just flick and flick and flick up, it's going to come down. It's really not. In fact, if anything, it's more likely that it will sneak further up rather than closer to the ground. So I make my loop virtually touching the floor, then just like a cricket ball, I whip over my head, and the loop that I create will travel up and cause that to drop further down. So it's just like this. There you go, that's all you've got to do. And once you've done that, it will travel neatly down the floor. So I'm going to show you that again. So you can see the end of the rope is off the ground now. I just want you to watch and see that move further down towards the floor as I put my cricket ball in, if you like. There you go, it's going further down. So that's the technique to get that in position. Of course, you can whip it to the right or to the left as you're going if it hasn't quite landed where you want it on the branch. Okay, so there you go, dead simple technique. What I'll now do is set the parachute up and you can see where it goes from there. Okay. Okay, there you go. Chute's up, it'll need a little bit of tweaking, but I'll do that later. But that basically started with me using that tree surgeon's coil to be able to throw over the top of the branch and then be able to raise the chute. And of course, if you've got a tarp with a central fixing point, or as I said before, if you've got a tent that needs fixing points above, saves you having to carry or manufacture poles when you're out here, that's a really straightforward way to go. And it means that you're not kind of messing about and constantly having to recoil and throw it back up again and again and again. Just a really simple way to add a nice bit of weight to the rope so that it will travel nice and high over the top of the branch and do what you want it to do. Okay, so that's it. I've got to crack on now because we've got a group coming soon, so I need to get the fire going. Quite a cold day, as I said. Hope you enjoyed. I hope it was useful to you. Hope you find lots of ways to be able to use that tree surgeon's coil when you're out there doing your kind of trips and adventures and your bushcraft and so on. So thanks a lot. Please like and subscribe as always. Show that support for us. That would be really appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.